Alright, so today we're going to be talking about Albany, New York, and we're going to be giving you 5 pros followed by 5 cons of living in the Albany, New York area. So kick back, relax, stay tuned, and watch this next video. Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Chris McMahon and I'm a local real estate agent here in the Capital Region, and I am doing a ton of videos all about Albany, Saratoga, Lake George, and the surrounding areas. Information just about what it's like to live here, what the market conditions are like, houses that are for sale, just all kinds of information about real estate related. So make sure, if this is the first time to my channel, that you subscribe to the channel and click that bell. Make sure you get notified when my next video comes out. If you got a question about the Capital Region that I can answer for you, then make sure you reach out to me today. You can either call me, text me, email me, whatever you got to do, reach out, get a hold of me. I would love to answer that question for you as any way that I can, and I'll provide my information in the description below. Alright guys, let's just jump right into the video here. So remember, 5 pros along with 5 cons of the Albany area, and the number 1 pro that we're going to talk about here is that it is centrally located. Albany is in a great spot is where it is. It's short drive to the Adirondacks. It's also not too far. It's about a 3-hour drive to New York City, maybe about a 3-hour drive to Montreal, just a touch over 3 hours to head out to Boston, but it's in a great area. It's also easy to head over, jump on an Amtrak train, get down to New York City for maybe a Yankees game, if you're a ball fan, or also the Albany International Airport is located there too. So now maybe the con to that would be that although it's centrally located, everything, you know, it's not really as much as far as being able to walking distances or anything. And most things you're going to go do, you're going to have to jump in your car and drive to them. They're not terrible drives, you know, 5-10 minutes, but it's probably a little bit further than you're going to really want to walk. And the pro number 2 that we're going to talk about is the cost of living. As compared to Long Island, New York City, that the cost of living is a little bit cheaper up here in the Albany area. Rents are going to be a little bit cheaper. Home prices are going to be a little bit lower. So things are going to be a little bit more affordable for you here in the capital area, so your dollar's going to take you a little bit farther. But with the pro, there's also a con. So what's the con to that? Well, honestly, I don't really feel there is that much of a con. I've never really heard anybody come out and say, hey, geez, I wish I could pay more money to live in this spot. But I would say if there had to be any con to it, then it's some companies that you may work for may adjust your income due to the cost of living in the area that you're in. So that would be about the only con I can really think of. Like I said, no one really sits there and says, geez, I really wish I could spend more money on this house. Alright, moving on to the next pro. So we're on to number 3 now, is the entertainment factor. There is a ton of things to do in the Albany area. We've got some minor league sports teams, baseball, hockey, as well as a lot of entertainment venues out here. We've got the Egg, the Times Union Center, Palace. All those areas right there are great entertainment venues that you can definitely take advantage of, as well as the New York State Museum located right here in the Capitol. And dining, shopping, all over the place. Plenty of great restaurants and choices for you to choose from. So there's a ton of entertainment factors around here in the Albany area, and definitely going to want to take advantage of them when you're here. So what's the con to that? Well, if you're going to want to go see maybe a pro major league sports event, you're going to have to travel a little bit. So you're going to have to head to New York City. You can head out to Boston. Buffalo's down the road about 4.5 hours, but you're going to have to commute to one of those. Syracuse is not too bad. It's 2 hours away to go catch a big Division I sporting event. And again, to get to some of the local entertainment venues, restaurants, the museums and stuff like that, there is a local bus service, but there isn't a subway or anything like that, so you may have to drive, and parking can sometimes be an issue. And pro number 4 is the 4 seasons. I personally love all the 4 seasons. I love that we go through that up here. Each one has got its pluses and its minuses, but mostly pluses for my part. Spring, winter, fall, summer, it's all a great time. So you're able to experience each of the seasons and each of what they had to offer to you, because there's a lot of outdoor activities, even in the winter, that you could do as far as snowshoeing, cross-country skiing. In the summer, you got all the summer events of golf, swimming, that kind of stuff. So what's the con to this right now? Well, if you're not a big fan of the winter, it tends to hang around a little bit up here. So the winter can be a long time sometimes, Depending on what Mother Nature has planned for you, it can hang out for an extra couple weeks though. So if you're not a cold type person, then that may not be something that you really care for that much. But like I said, there's still a ton of things to do in the winter, and a lot of people love it. I personally love to get out there and snowshoe, cross-country ski, even downhill skiing. There's mountains not that far away from here to take advantage of. And moving on to the next one, this is pro number 5, and we're going to be talking about the parks and recreation in Albany. There are a ton of different parks around here: Pine Bush Preserve, the Washington State Park, the Crossings. There's a lot of bike trails, hiking trails that you can take advantage of, pathways, as well as Thatcher State Park, Corning Preserve. So those are just to name a few of them. There's more than that even, but there's a ton of parks and a lot of places for you to go and enjoy both a winter day and a summer day. So what's the negative to some of that? Well, it's the same thing I mentioned before, that sometimes the parking isn't the most convenient thing, especially when you're in and about going to the parks and to the city area. Parking can be limited and can be a little bit tough to find a good spot. But if you do live near a bus line, you can easily just jump on a bus and take that over there. They're relatively cheap. CDTA is the bus service we have up there, so then you take that and you don't have to worry about the parking. There you go, guys. That's 5 pros and 5 cons for the Albany, New York area. And there's so much more. That's really just the tip of the iceberg. It's really a beautiful area, a lot of fun, a ton of things to do. Really is a great place to live. So if you've got any more questions or any way I can help you out, make sure you reach out and get a hold of me. Again, you could call, text, send me an email, send me a message right down there. And if there's something that you think I missed, you want me to cover on a future video, just put a comment down there. I do check them out, and I will respond to your comments. Any ideas for a video that maybe you'd like to see in the future, definitely put that in there and I can look into that for you. Or if you have any specific questions relative to real estate, reach out and get a hold of me. I love to answer those questions for you. So, and if it's the first time to my channel, make sure you subscribe, click that bell so you get notifications when I send out my next video. And I look forward to talking to you guys soon. I will see you on the next video.